The Witcher.
The Witcher.
Yes. Right, so, Gibson, you are probably you're one of the not hardcore, but you're more of the hardcore Witcher
Out of the
fans.
people you know, I'm
Yeah,
the
yeah,
biggest fan of
yeah,
The Witcher.
yeah.
I played The Witcher 3, which
Mhm,
is The Wild Hunt,
mhm.
and I have been reading through the books, listening to audiobooks of the books, and it's certainly been interesting. The Witcher has got mainly this big popular phase because of Netflix.
Yeah, again, the TV series.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I believe it'll probably be more popular than Game of Thrones eventually.
Oh,
Eventually.
I mean, it'll be better than the last season. Sorry.
Well, yeah. And because the books are finished, it'll probably have a better ending as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, because I mean, it's yeah. I mean, it doesn't have like dragons in it, but yeah, it's certainly, and it has done. It sort of like continues on, not in the literal sense, but it sort of continues on for people to watch after Game of Thrones, and it does.
It gives this similar feeling to Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But The Witcher books were written before Game of Thrones, before anyone starts thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. They didn't originally just make it up because of Game of Thrones. It was originally a whole different storyline beforehand.
Yeah, for me, the real reason that I got into Game of Thrones was because it was a lot like The Witcher.
Yeah. No, but yeah, the Game of Thrones was great. It had all these different plots and stuff, and just like The Witcher, because there's different parts, and all of them come together at some point, and yeah, and I think that this whole new development of TV series like The Witcher and stuff is great, because it just like, because obviously, like, there's this whole big debate with, which is better, TV series or a movie or television and streaming services. But I think that bringing these like proper TV series like Game of Thrones, and it just sort of like, it just shows that how like, yeah,
stands out.
it stands out, and it just shows where we're actually going. It's not just like it just takes a lot of care and effort. I mean, like Breaking Bad, which was one of the ones that started this whole was one of the ones that started this whole trend of TV series, and
It started a big craze.
yeah, and the critics at the time couldn't stand it. However, due to public demand, it just continued, and even past the ending of Breaking Bad, it was able to continue through Better Call Saul. And I think, because I mean, didn't you hear right? I heard the Game of Thrones, they're gonna start a new series, but was it like the prequel to Game of Thrones? Like before Game of Thrones, like, what was it?
Before Game of Thrones became...
No, like before, like
Oh, right, story-wise.
Story-wise, yeah.
Yeah. There's been talk about that, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously with lockdown and stuff, but yeah.
I'm not sure how popular it will be.
Yeah, because it sort of took a very negative dip at the end with a bad series, but it's very difficult to continue on doing so many series and just sort of like keeping it interesting and stuff. Like, obviously The Witch is just starting, so it's picking up pace and picking up people's interest, but it's good to see that because like with Breaking Bad and what else what other TV series was there?
What, popular ones, you mean?
Yeah, popular ones. You know, like
Well, Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead.
yeah, The Walking Dead. I mean, The Walking Dead right there. That I mean, towards the end now, it's just the same plot line. I mean, it's just you're rewatching the same thing, just only slightly different.
I never got into either into Breaking Bad or The Walking Dead.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I watched it. I watched Breaking Bad, and I watched a bit of Walking Dead, but I wasn't able to get into it because it was just so. It's I just never managed to get into it all. It's not that it doesn't interest me that much. Zombie apocalypse and stuff. I think.
It's overdone.
Yeah,
There's like so many games about it. There's very similar shows
yeah, because
that have
people have
come.
copied it and stuff, and it's done what it can do, and I think they should just stop and just because they did a whole prequel with the fear of the Walking Dead and how it all began and stuff, and you just go, they should have just left it with the Walking Dead.
It just feels like it's constantly being redone.
Yeah. But like for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, it's just continuing in whose storyline, and it's not like the whole um full same storyline. But anyway, so yeah, The Witcher shows promise, and hopefully it'll not fall in the same trap of just doing the same thing of doing the same season each season each time they do a new season. It's just different each time. Um, but yeah, I mean the other issue is because other than watching like dramas and stuff, do you watch? I know you watch. Well, I watch Rick and Morty and stuff.
I do watch Rick and Morty when I can,
Yeah,
but
it's
the most recent season is acting very slowly.
yeah. I mean that's the other thing because you sort of it's one of those things where Rick and Morty they've pushed the boundaries with comedy. They've done all these weird stuff that it's really hard to get your head around in some parts, and it's just weird and wacky, and it's great. However, there is no limit. So, but like they you can't.
It feels like it's been with Rick and Morty. It feels like it's been longer than they actually intended it to.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like a
Like
wee spin off.
they realized how popular it could be, and now they're
Hmm.
trying to drag it out. It
Hmm.
seems.
Yeah, they couldn't just stop it now and then do a different season series, just completely different. But which that would be great. So yeah. But like I mean, but like that it does because it does like it's not like a soap or something like that where I mean I can't stand soap TV like Emmerdale EastEnders where it's just the same thing going on over and over again and oh Deirdre's killed Patrick. Oh, whatever happened?
Somehow it's always the same, the
Yeah.
same name with you.
Oh, I just like the name Deirdre. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, they need a fresh bit and not just do the same thing. It makes you worry because, like, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, when it was cancelled, part of me kind of wished it was cancelled because then they could do a whole new series moving on from that. But they've got the problem of going, it's the same content.
Mm.
And it's just like, oh, they're in a police precinct. Oh, but I mean, it's still funny. I mean, I'm not saying it's dull, but it's going to be very difficult for them to stay at the level they're at
Really?
without bringing on, yeah, because I mean, they're going to have to bring on, because it's the same people, the same cast that was on from the start. Only I think one person has left. From the first series, but I think they need to just liven up a bit. I suppose there is the argument going, who would want to watch a fully length, like, I mean, it's very hard to watch like a whole hour's worth, 2 hours worth of back to back episodes of binge watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine and all these comedy shows, but it's very easy to binge watch the Game of Thrones, The Witcher, and all these other TV series.
Well, I want. There's multiple things I would love to talk about The Witcher, but you've not played the games and you haven't read the books, and I believe many people like you would be in the same boat who may listen to this.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to spoil things.
Oh, so there's things that are in the games and the comics and stuff that you think that are going to be in.
The idea of the games is that the books go to a certain point, and then the games take over from that. So it carries on from where the books left off. So, in my opinion, I would really want, if the series goes that far, I think I would want them to go into the games a little.
Mm-hmm.
It might not do as well once they go into that stage, because then you're creating a series from a video game, not from the books. But I think they might be able to pull it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, I believe Josh will be editing this, so through the whilst we're talking about The Witcher, he would have been putting up some videos of The Witcher.
Yes, I will.
Yes. I had issues when it was me who was recording the gameplay and making the gameplay. So with this being shown, not everything in the game and all the really good places to get visual scenes is shown, mainly because I had to start from the beginning. So there's places which I think would have looked great whilst we were talking about it, like Novigrad and Skellige, and places in these regions in the video game which I think would look really good for what would be shown. But I'm hopefully, if Josh is going to put up photos and images of different things, maybe he could find something of Novigrad. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, yeah, because I mean, The Witcher. It's been a good season and a good opening. The fact that they didn't just copy the game and just do exactly the same as it, they've sort of given it a fresh look, and they've added Henry Saville to it, which has opened it all to a whole new range of fans and stuff, and I think that's great. I think the fact that they've now opened a whole new range of fans with having Henry Saville and stuff. Yeah, I think having more people, having more mainstream famous celebs on it, just like they did with Game of Thrones, where they added Ed Sheeran and stuff to it.
Well, I don't know. I don't think you could. The guy playing Geralt, he's a very famous actor.
Yeah,
But yeah, Ed Sheeran was more of an extra thing which just threw in Game of Thrones.
yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
a big thing. Game of Thrones gave a lot of people an opportunity.
Yeah, because it gave them a platform for like new actors to come across. Because like from season 1, you didn't know who any of the actors were. However, by season 5 and stuff, they were mainstream celebs, who like who grew onto more movies and stuff. Emily Clark became famous, and you got all those other ones. Um, but it is a risk. I mean, because some of these TV series do bomb, and you're putting your whole career online when you go on the line, when you just go and do these TV series, and your face may not be recognized, and people might not.
Sometimes, if the show does really badly, then you will be corresponded to it.
Yeah, and you're stuck with that link to the TV series which did so terribly. However, in some cases where you just got this, you're so well known that it doesn't matter what show you go to. It's just sort of like Nicolas Cage, where he's been in so many good movies like Con Air, and you probably don't know who he is, Gibson, but
I know who Nicolas Cage is.
okay, that's good. Just checking. Didn't know who Liam Neeson was, but you know who Nicolas Cage is.
Nicolas Cage is everywhere.
Yeah, and Nicolas Cage, and how he went from Con Air, and he did the Rock and stuff like that, and Face Swap, and now he's gone from he did all those great movies. However, gradually, more and more, his latest movies have just been a bit poor. And you've got Bruce Willis, who did the same thing. He went from Die Hard, and now he's doing a whole bunch of movies that are just, well, no, they're not unwatchable, but you probably no one's really going to watch them. They're just little ones that you see on Netflix and stuff. But yeah, it's but they're still able to continue their fame and stuff regardless of what they go into. But other less well known ones just get stuck. But luckily these new ones seem to be very popular, and it just opens a whole new opportunity. Ha 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 ha. Yes, a whole new one, yeah. Anyway, so fuck off.